A warm welcome to my YouTube channel and to my myself Dr.D.Kiruthika, Department of Commerce with Computer Application, Dr. S.M.S. Rajlakshmi College of Arts and Science. Today we are going to discuss the next series in our playlist of your auditing, that is internal control, evaluation and testing. So we have enough knowledge about the previous auditing, that is what we have seen regarding your process, procedures, assessment, internal control, what are the objectives, everything we have seen about your auditing. The next step what we have to see is regarding the internal control, evaluation and testing, which is a most important tool for your auditing. Okay. So internal control testing seeks to determine if your controls properly detect and prevent material errors or intentional misstatements in the financial reports. Control testing cannot detect all errors and fraud, but can uncover gaps significantly. It can reduce the risk. So what are the tests of your internal control? A test of control describes any audit procedures used to evaluate a company's internal controls. The aim of the test control in auditing is to determine whether these internal controls are sufficient to detect or prevent the risk of the material misstatements. Okay, so that is regarding your internal control evaluation and testing. So to have a proper understanding of our internal controls, let us define what is internal controls. Internal controls are processes, policies, procedures and mechanisms implemented by management to achieve organizational objectives, safeguard assets, ensure compliance with the laws and regulations, and maintain the integrity of financial reporting. Internal controls encompass the control environment, risk assessment, control activities, information and communication, and monitoring the activities. And what are the components of your internal controls? There are 5 interrelated components of an internal control framework. One is your control environment, then risk assessment, control activities, information and communication, and monitoring. We will check one by one. The first one is related to your control environment. The control environment sets the tone at the top and influences the organizational control consciousness. So it encompasses the ethical values, managers' philosophy, style of operation, structure of the organization, and assignment of authority and responsibility. And the next one is risk assessment. As we have discussed enough about this, the risk assessment, it involves identifying, analyzing and prioritizing the risk. We are categorizing and prioritizing the risk involved in the auditing, and it also includes assessing the inherent risk related to the nature of the entity's operation and control. Then third one is related to your control activities. Control activities are the policies and procedures implemented to mitigate identified risk and achieve the organizational objectives. Whatever the work we are doing, it is only for the ultimate aim of satisfying our goals. So to achieve our organizational objectives, we need to control the activities, that is the policies and the procedures implemented to mitigate the identified risk. Then the control activities may include segregation of the duties, authorization and approval procedures, physical controls, IT controls and reconciliations. So these are all the main important factors where we have to concentrate, and this particular segregation of duties, authorization, approval procedures, physical IT controls, everything is most important to have a proper control activity inside the organization. So we have covered 3, and the next one is regarding the information and communication. So information and communication system ensures that relevant information is identified, captured, processed and communicated effectively. The word relevant, that is most important. We can gather any information, but the information which is relevant to that particular auditing process is most important for making a proper decision making. So it involves disseminating information internally as well as externally, providing the feedback and ensuring that communication channels are transparent and reliable. And the last one is monitoring the activities, that is ongoing assessment of the effectiveness of internal controls and overall control environment. It involves the monitoring activities. So it includes management's ongoing and periodic evaluations, internal audits, self-assessments, and external evaluation to identify the control deficiencies and opportunities for the improvement of the organization. And then the role of internal controls in auditing understands the internal controls is essential for auditors as it is allows them to assess the risk of material misstatement in financial statement and designing proper audit appropriate audit procedures to address the identified errors and evaluate the design and operating effectiveness of the internal controls, identify control deficiencies and weakness, and ensure compliance with the regulatory requirements, that is auditing standards and ethical principle what we have discussed earlier, that is again repeated here. So this is the thing we have to understand regarding the 5 important key factors. Keeping these 5 important factors in our mind, the auditing procedure can be carried out automatically. We will be having an efficient and properly planned audit inside an